Good evening, muscle mommies and muscle daddies. Today, we are going to be talking about masturbation. Do muscle mommies masturbate? Well, I don't know. Do we? Well, I do because I'm a freak. Joking, guys. I'm not a freak. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You don't know shit. I just want to give you guys a little intro of my life. So I went to a gluten-free bakery today, and that's like a literal dream. Here's my cupcake. I also got a donut. I love donuts. And I want to try it, but I feel like I should save it for tomorrow. I don't know. I want to eat it all. Let's just try it once on the camera to see how it tastes. Are you ready? A little ASMR. This is good. Oh my god, it's like a real donut. Fuck, I want another bite. The people that are listening and not watching are gonna fucking murder me. And the icing to my cupcake's really good too. I actually want to eat the rest of that. The problem with sweets, especially gluten-free ones, is they're so rare that when I buy them, I want to spread it out just for the sake of having them around because I just love sweets. But unfortunately, this bakery is 2 hours away. I found, you guys are going to freak out if you guys are gluten-free. I've been looking for ramen since I've literally became gluten-free. Look what I fucking found. And you guys could order this. It's organic ramen noodles, gluten-free with fucking chicken seasoning. You're lying. And the ingredients are pretty good. You're lying. I found this and I was like, there's literally no shot. I just struck gold. Now, after I've devoured my sweets, let's get into an even sweeter topic, the forbidden fruit. Not Bianca sent me an audio message to answer this question. Bianca, I can't listen to audio messages while I'm recording, so I'm going to listen to the transcription. I want to start with the fact that a lot of girls who maybe are clicking on this don't understand what anything really is. They're a little bit clueless in this department. We don't really learn about sexual pleasure as a woman really ever. I don't think a lot of people do, women or men. So we're going to start this out as a little bit of an educational thing for people who don't really understand what they're doing. People don't really understand what it is at all. So we're going to start there and then we'll get into a little bit more of the juicy stuff as we go on for some people that have been masturbating and maybe want to spice it up. I'll start there. And remember, this is completely unprofessional advice. If you guys want real professional advice, go to Sex with Emily. I'm going to link her episode. Read Come As You Are, read sex books, have fun with it. But I'm going to start from my perspective and just to give you guys a little bit of insight of what this actually means. So, okay, I'm excited because I think as a younger person, I really, really wanted to understand this because people start masturbating young and most people that start masturbating don't even know what it is. I remember when I started, I really had no idea what was going on. I didn't understand why it felt good and what it was. And I think I learned over time, probably through books, because I remember there was a book that I really was interested in because it was teaching me about it that my friend had, and I kept reading it, and I was like, oh, that's what this is. I didn't understand what anything was. So as a younger person, especially when you go onto porn websites, you're like, oh my God, does my body have to look like that? Is that what sex is? And it's really, really confusing. When I was young, having friends that were already having sex or they were already giving blowjobs, and I was like, what's a blowjob? And I felt clueless and I felt behind, and that's something that you shouldn't even feel behind about. It's just something that if you haven't learned it, you haven't learned it. And I had this whole talk and I figured out what everything meant. But nowadays, most people could just search this up. So I think if you're someone who's on the younger side and you're going to search this up, you're going to find some crazy shit. You're probably going to find either XXX videos or Pornhub, and the homepage is fucking wildin'. If you're on that shit, you're like, oh my God. You're like, I'm scared. Get me out of here. Don't worry, I'm still scared of it till this day. But just understand, first off, is that porn is not what sex is actually like at all. So if you guys are trying to learn about sex right now or learn about masturbation, know that there's a lot about porn that is so unrealistic, and we're going to talk about the very unrealistic things about it. But there is also informational parts to porn where I remember even now to this day, I'll look at things just to kind of maybe see what it looks like to understand a little bit better. But again, a lot of porn is exaggerated. So we'll talk about the exaggeration of it. If you are a younger woman, you probably have been exposed a little bit to men talking about masturbating. They usually refer to it as like jacking off. Well, I always say jacking off. I don't think that's like, I think it's an old term. I think it's funny to say jacking off. There's a lot of things. Some people say like beating the meat. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, beating the meat. I know everyone's laughing right now by me saying that. And I said it so seriously. There's a lot of different terms people use. I think if you're younger and you hear some guy at school say some weird ass shit, he's probably talking about masturbating. And honestly, when you're younger, it feels a lot more intimidating when you hear guys talking about it, because then you're thinking, oh my God, like I have to satisfy a male. Like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what to do and if I'm going to be good at it. And then there's also rumors that go around of like, this girl sucked my dick, or this and this is this. You're never hearing about a guy doing anything to a girl, especially when you're young. And when you're young, I'm talking about like high school. You don't really hear much about like guys giving girls head. I think the most you'll hear is somebody is like an immature boy talking about either the smell of a vagina or the confusion of a vagina, or just really nothing mature. It's scary. And I think you don't really know what's supposed to happen, and the woman's pleasure is just like not talked about at all. It's simply just not a topic. It's mostly men's pleasure, and it's scary because then as a young girl you think, oh my God, I'm not experienced. Maybe this girl's more experienced than me. Maybe he's not gonna like it. And to that I say, you should never be scared of if a man is gonna like it or not, because I spent so long, like I didn't lose my virginity till I had a boyfriend, which was 21 or 22. Was I 21? I think it was 21. Yeah, I was 21. And the whole time, my biggest fear was like, what if I'm not going to be good, or I'm not experienced and he is, and what's going to happen? And to that I say, if you are looking to have sex with somebody who you're dating or who you have feelings for, they're not going to care what you can and can't do, what you have done before. They don't care about that, because they should just be lucky enough that they're seeing you naked or they're having you at all. The fact that they're getting your time is lucky enough. So don't be scared about your performance in bed, because genuinely, no matter how much experience they have, all women's bodies are different. Everybody's body is different. It's like picking up an instrument, knowing how to play it, putting down an instrument, picking up a completely different one, and acting like you know how to play that one too. It's totally different. Don't think that you need some experience, and that if you don't have experience, you're not going to be as liked. He's not going to be able to talk to his friends about it, or maybe he'll make fun of you. Any man that's judging you for that is not a man for you. My dad always told me, he was like, because when I was younger, I used to ask my dad all these questions. Me and him are very open, and I was like, Dad, do I have to like shave down there? It's like so funny to think that I was asking my father these questions. And he literally was like, if a man makes you shave, he's not a man. And I was like, okay, cool. And that kind of set a great mindset for me to start off, because the fact that I also was having this outside pressure of like, oh my God, do I have to shave? Do I have to be all upkept for this person? Girls listening, like, men are gross. A lot of men are not hygienic, especially if we're talking the young men. So yes, obviously be hygienic and shower and all that kind of stuff, but don't be putting perfume near your pussy. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. Just so you know, most of the vagina washes, vulva washes, they're actually not good for your vagina, no matter what they say in the bottle. Most of them throw off your pH balance and then can end up fucking up the scent even more. Don't even think about trying to make it smell beautiful like rainbows and flowers down there. You take a shower, that's what vagina smells like. They either eat it or they don't, and they're lost if they don't. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I'm very passionate about that. Anyways, when you don't have a lot of quote unquote experience, as in you've never maybe seen a dick before, or, you could be like lesbian watching this. So I don't want to totally make assumptions here, but you could have never seen a penis before. Maybe you've never touched a penis. You've never interacted with it. You don't even know what it does, how it gets sexually aroused. It's very, very confusing. It's like this object that you've never seen in your entire life. And you're like, I'm supposed to do something with this and I got to be good at it. Like, what's going on here? You don't even consider the fact that like he also has to be good at what he's doing, because as a young person you're so focused on satisfying a male. That's how they make it seem like it should work, but it does not supposed to work like that. Your pleasure is important too. When you are growing up, you'll probably realize something here and there is going to make you feel a little something, something down there. Me and my friends, we say all sorts of things. It's either like, oh, that just made me wet, even though you're not actually wet. It's just like a funny saying. Or, oh my God, guys, I haven't said this one in so long. From Love Island, they used to say fanny flutters. And she was like, I've got my fanny flutters. So me and my friends used to always say, that gave me fanny flutters. That's a fun one, fanny flutters. But it's basically like you get the little butterflies in your vagina. And you're like, oh my God, that made me feel something, something, something. It's possible that you are turned on by something, but you actually don't get wet on there. And in my book I was reading, it talks a lot about our genitals will not show immediate signs of arousal when our brain is aroused the way men do. So like men, they think of something, boom, boner. And then for us, it's not the same. Like you can be horny, but dry. It doesn't correlate the way men's do. And that's okay. You're normal, don't worry. You may hear a lot of things about like squirting when you're younger, and that's also a little bit of like a foreign thing because you're like, squirting? Am I supposed to be squirting? Is that gross if I squirt? Again, don't listen to whatever the boys your age are saying. Vagina's gonna do what they wanted to do. If you're somebody who squirts, I don't know, like DM me, teach me how. But to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, you guys can look it up, but I'm pretty sure squirting, it has to do sometimes the full bladder. Like, I'm pretty sure in order for it to happen, a lot of times you have to have a full bladder, but I could be wrong. I've just heard that. Again, like, this is all just, I'm not a fucking doctor. There can be opinions around it. If you can squirt, don't be ashamed of it. Oh my God, no. Like, you're hot, amazing. And if you can't squirt, you're hot too. Don't think that it's something that like needs to happen, and if it's not happening, there's a problem, or like if it's happening, that's also like, no. It's just something that's naturally will happen, I think. And you know what I've heard? I've heard it feels like you're about to start peeing, and then you, as if you are about to allow yourself to pee, you allow yourself to pee, but it's actually like you squirting. So that's the thing I've heard about squirting. Again, unprofessional, not a doctor, don't exactly know. And maybe one day we're going to have we'll have a sex doctor on here one day, and we'll talk about all that kinds of stuff so we could get real answers on that. Again, going back to like this early stages of understanding masturbating and sex and blowjobs and like satisfying another person, do not hold any expectation for yourself to know how to do something. And whoever you are with, if you are feeling judged or they're making you feel insecure about it, then I would just leave, because you don't have time to give yourself to somebody, give your time, give your body, and them judge you and critique you about it. Like someone can direct you, but if they're gonna just straight out judge you or spread rumors about you, then you can be like, you're gone yesterday, bye, I'm done with that shit. Like, don't fuck with anybody like that. Oh my God, it can't get any worse than that. Like, you're done, you're gone, goodbye. Girls usually don't talk about masturbating. I would challenge you to start talking about it with your friends if you don't already. I remember talking about it with my friends in high school really, really helped me. I felt less shameful about it. I felt more normal for it. And I felt like, oh, okay, like I can own my own pleasure. I'm not just here for men to pleasure them. That's not what this is about. I also have needs and wants and desires. To me, masturbating is like extremely empowering. Let's get into like how we masturbate. If you go on porn, you're probably going to see a lot of girls moaning very, very, very loudly. So, usually they're squirting in porn. Usually their assholes are bleached. Keep that in mind. A lot of them have had the surgery to get like their labias chopped off, whatever that's called. And so most of their vaginas look like innies. And then there's also, again, a lot of bleaching and just like makeup and perfect angles that you're getting. You're probably not seeing any cellulite. You're probably not seeing their stomach folded over. You're just seeing what looks like a picture perfect movie of a female's body made by a male. That is not realistic. It's porn. It's a movie. Like it's entertainment for a reason. Everything is extremely exaggerated. Masturbating is like anything but a show. The moaning, I mean, at least for the first 6 or something years, I don't remember me ever feeling the need to make a sound. Like, I don't think, unless you're like making sounds that you're trying to turn yourself on with, I don't know. I just don't think that, even with sex, that like sounds are something that are extremely prevalent. I think sounds a lot of times are exaggerated in porn, and maybe even they're exaggerated in the bedroom sometimes too. Like, the sounds should come naturally to you. And if they're not coming natural to you, you don't need to force them. You're sexy whether you moan or not. If you're somebody who has tried out porn and you don't like it, that's totally fine. I could understand why. I think it's fun to explore on porn websites, but remember, explore with a grain of salt. The things that you're watching are skits. They're made up. They also have weird titles. Like, some of the shit I'm seeing, I'm like, I don't even want to click on it because of how weird that title is. Sometimes you got to ignore the titles. I mean, it gets freaky down there. Actually, the other day when me and my friend were at a restaurant, I just posted this on my Instagram. I literally was like, can you access Pornhub in Virginia? Because I can't. And we were pulling out we're in like an Italian restaurant. She's pulling out Pornhub. She could access it. I can't access it. I'm like, what the fuck is my phone up to? Like, I don't know. It was odd. It just didn't want me to watch Pornhub. I don't understand it. Bellesa, how do you say that one? That one, it's a brand that sells sex toys. They actually have what they call like female focused porn. I don't know how to say that, but like porn that's more entertaining for females. Because a lot of porn is like a guy like railing somebody. Like, it doesn't even look sexy at all. It looks like they're hurting the person. I feel like that's the part I don't like watch somebody getting railed. I think that actually disturbs me in porn. It's like violent. I'm like, okay, relax. Like, I want violence in a different way, not that way. Like, I don't want my cervix fucking breaking. The first way you can get yourself aroused is through porn, but if porn's not doing it for you, you can just sit there and use your imagination. A lot of girls, oh wow, I'm gonna go back to my early days. I think a lot of girls think that masturbating has to be like you fingering yourself, or there has to be some type of something going in you. And oh my God, is that not the case? You don't need anything into you to masturbate. You've got a clit, your beautiful little clit. Go look up a diagram. It's like a little button, like people like to call it. And that is basically like your pleasure center. It has so many nerve endings. And that's going to be your thing that is your best friend. To my knowledge, you can have clitoral orgasms. You can have orgasms through your G-spot. And your G-spot is basically like, if you were to swoop up in there, if you guys are looking at the video version, you swoop up in there, and I think it's like right here. It's like a spongy feeling. That's like your G-spot. Those are like your internal orgasms. So the way I've always thought of it is like, I have my clit orgasms and then like internal orgasms, or you have them both at the same time. And so if you're trying to explore your body more, you can be very confused and like, am I supposed to finger myself? Am I supposed to like stick something in me? I remember early on, I found no pleasure in putting a finger in or any type of dildo. I was just simply like, I don't want nothing in me. Like, I don't even know what to do with something in me. So I started with the beautiful, lovely bullet. If you guys watched my last episode about, I'm going to link it here, vulvas, vibrators, and vulnerability, I talk a little bit about different vibrators, but to sum up a little bit of that, if you guys are searching for vibrators, you could search clit vibrators, you could search a bunch of different type of vibrators, but usually the one I feel like everybody starts out with is like a bullet, and it's just a basic little vibrating thing. You know, I by accident ordered a gigantic one, not realizing, because they had the same picture on the website. You can start with something like that if you just want to feel and experiment with something other than your fingers. I feel like the usual for women masturbating is rubbing your clit. You can obviously penetrate yourself with either a dildo and your own fingers. I think the most common from like the people I know is like rubbing your clit. Usually people rub their clit either in like circular motions or up and down motions. It's very sensitive, and unless you're like very turned on, like if you're not turned on at all, you probably won't even feel anything. But if you're turned on, you may feel something, and that's where your imagination has to start coming into play, or porn or something that's turning you on, or if it's a partner with you, some type of pressure against it. And I think that's where vibrators can be really fun, because it's pressure with vibration, and then that's gonna just kickstart a whole reaction. If you want to experiment with vibrators, I say go for it. I honestly think vibrators are a woman's best friend. Men, I think, also think that the way to satisfy you is to finger you, like to fucking jackhammer them with their finger. Like, no, stop, please. You're not good at that. and they don't really understand that like they should be rubbing your clit. Like usually during sex you can get your clit rubbed, or you can rub your own clit. The clit's gotta be like, you gotta do something to her. She can't just like, she is Mrs. Pleasure Center, like get her. And if they don't know that, that's okay. Just like lead them towards it. There's always a joke that like they don't know how to find the clit. I mean, if we're being honest, like it's the only like hard thing down there that when you're if you were to put pressure on and rub back and forth, you would feel it. I mean, unless they need, I mean, if you need to guide them, that's fine. At least they want to learn. That like that clit needs attention. And if it's not getting attention, I don't know what's going on. Clits, masturbating, porn. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting about like your boobs. Your nipples can also be a way to turn yourself on. I personally, I don't think I really ever, while I'm masturbating, think, oh, I need to play with my nipples, because to me that's a lot of parts. Like to have my thinking about my hand down there and then thinking about my hand up here, that's like rubbing my tummy and patting my head. So I mean, if I'm with a man, yeah, that would make more sense for me. But that's also another way you could turn yourself on. You could tease yourself. You can go slow with yourself. Take your time. It's not something where you're supposed to just put your hand down there and just start going at it like fucking you're playing a guitar. Even though we always use the term like strum the guitar. Like in reality, if you just go down there and you start rubbing really fast, like you're probably gonna injure yourself. Oh, normally when you are turned on or after an orgasm, your vulva does enlarge. So it's a cool little fact that I learned. There are a lot of different factors that go into turning yourself on. So maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the day that you've had, maybe it's stress that's turning you on, maybe that it's stress that's turning you off. It can be a person that you're thinking of. It could be a part in your cycle. So if you find yourself more turned on during different parts of your cycle or just in different parts of life, there's a lot of things that factor into getting turned on. If you're ovulating, usually that's when you're a lot more easily turned on. For me, when I'm ovulating, I feel like I'm a sex animal. I like close my eyes and it's just like sex, sex, sex. It's actually annoying. It's genuinely annoying because I don't have sex. So unless I'm really like, I'm not with anybody. So for me, oh my God, like I'm ovulating right now, of course, while I'm recording this, but it can honestly be very difficult. It can be hard to be very horny and then not have anyone to do anything with, if you're not somebody who's willing to go hit a random person up to do something with. But you know, you get past it. One cycle at a time, one day at a time, one egg drop at a time. We're good. We're all good. If you are new to it, I think the first thing I would do is get into a mirror and figure out where things are. Figure out where your clit is, your clitoral hood, figure out where your hole is, like understand that. And it may seem obvious, but it's really not. Like the vagina looks complicated. It's not, but like it kind of feels like it is because you're not really taught much about it. Look into it, research it. That doesn't mean you have to look at porn. You can look at simple diagrams and understand that also your vagina is not supposed to look a certain way. It does not have to be this beautiful looking prepped machine ready for a man. Your vagina is beautiful no matter what it looks like. And it took me a long time to learn that. A very, very, very long time to learn that. You should not be ashamed of masturbating or wanting pleasure from a man or anybody or woman. You shouldn't be shameful if you look at your vagina and it doesn't look like your friends. I was always ashamed of what my vagina looked like. I always say that like outies are when the vulva is outside, but I was watching a sex show and I think she was saying it's like when your clit is more exposed, it's an outie. But my clit's not exposed. It's under a clitoral hood, very obviously. So that makes me wonder, do I not actually have an outie, or have I just been using that term wrong? I don't know. But when I refer to outie on this, it means like your lips are outside of your vagina. So whatever your vagina looks like, it's beautiful. It is literally a fucking powerhouse. That thing is beautiful. Don't you dare try to shame it even for a second. I remember times where I would go to the bathroom, I didn't want to look at my vagina because I'm like, nope, don't like you. So mean. And she asked me to have beautiful orgasms, so that was so mean to me. It's, again, a work in progress. It's very hard. What's something that younger girls are probably confused about that I can think of right now? Oh, if you are like with a guy, and because I feel like when you're younger, you always hook up at parties or even just like in their bed. I don't know, wherever you guys are hooking up with people, don't feel like you need to get down and suck their dick, because I feel like that is so normalized when you're younger. Oh yeah, we made out and then she sucked my dick. I'm sorry, are you getting on your knees in the middle of the woods or in the middle of a party to suck my puss? No. So why am I getting on mine? That to me, like oral sex shouldn't be that normalized in public like that. maybe if you're into public sex with your partner, it's different, but I'm just saying, like, in the way where people think that they need to get down and suck somebody's dick. No. Oh my God, I was talking about this in my private story the other day. When did we make it a thing that, like, it's cool if you swallow and not cool if you spit? Oh my God. First of all, oh my God, if you've, like, I'm like, this is where I'm like, do I shut my mouth or do I keep going? Guys, cum is warm. Like, it's warm. I don't know if I have to describe it anymore to somebody. Like, it's warm. It's warm. Yeah, cum is warm. I don't know why we made it a thing that, like, we feel like we need to swallow in order to be sexy. You don't need to swallow. You don't need to do anything. You really don't need to, like, sex is up to you. If you don't want to do shit, don't do shit. If you don't want to swallow, don't swallow. Like, when they go down on us, they don't need to swallow. They don't need to, like, ingest a drink. They don't need to ingest, like, some salad dressing down there. They don't need any of that. So the fact that you may feel the pressure that you need to, no. You don't need to. No. No. If you like to, are you lying to yourself? No, but I mean, if you like to, that's great. But don't feel like you have to. God, no. Oh, hell no. Also, some people, like, get pink eye if cum goes in their eye. So you fucking watch out if you're one of those people that likes to swallow, or if some man is coming on your face, like, you better watch it. Watch those eyes. I'm scared for you. Let's talk a little bit about, like, orgasming. We all love orgasming. And a lot of questions I've heard over the years is like, how do I know if I've orgasmed? I don't know if I orgasm. Well, it just feels good, but I don't think I'm really orgasming. You really would know when you orgasm. When I describe orgasms, I usually think of it as like it's like a chart, and then it goes up, it shoots up, and then it goes down. And when it shoots up, that's like your climax, and then the feeling will come down. Women have a shorter, what is it, like refractory period or retractory period, something like that. And basically what that means is, like, if you want to have multiple orgasms, the space in between one orgasm to another is much shorter than a male's. That means more orgasms for us. But orgasming is a lot harder for us than it is for men. With women, I think sometimes you really have to focus, whereas men, they really have to, like, not focus. It's almost like they have to make themselves think of something else so they don't do it. Whereas, like, we really need to lock the fuck in to make ourselves orgasm, and it could be a lot harder. And I think the reason is because of our arousal centers in our brain, like, not really, like, when we're aroused in our minds, we're not immediately, those signals aren't immediately getting sent down to our genitals, so it's a lot harder for us. So if that's you, like, women need a lot more time to orgasm. There needs to be foreplay, and don't feel bad if your foreplay needs to last a lot longer than they're willing to do, because men can get turned on so quickly, they could come so quickly, they get a boner so quickly, and it's just not that way for women, and it's okay. But you and your partner should be dedicated to making both of your experiences a good experience, and that just simply is, like, a lot more time spent on you, and that's okay. That just makes it more fun, and it makes it less of, like, a rushed to do thing off the list and then go to bed and forget about it. It makes it more intimate when you actually have to work for it. So I would use it as a power. The fact that we need more foreplay is great. It's like needing more time at the dinner table with your significant other. You get to sit there, you talk, you get to learn about each other more, and then you get to eat your meal. The same thing with foreplay. You get to learn each other more. It shows the dedication to each other's pleasure. It's extremely educational and experimental. You can experiment with different things. Some people like to experiment with, like, feeling what it feels like to get degraded. Some people like to get praised. Some people just want to try different positions. Whatever you want to do, try it out, and you don't need to be quick about it. Nothing needs to be quick. Again, another person is getting the pleasure of your body, so you need to soak in that pleasure too. It's not just for the other person. If you need a back rub before, if you need a little rub down there for a long ass time, then Sorry, start working out your freaking hands at the gym and the fingers. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but you ain't gonna be the only one coming here. Wherever you are in your life, now maybe you've masturbated before you've ever had sex, maybe you've never masturbated at all and you've already had sex. Masturbating is a way to learn about yourself and be closer with yourself and experience new things with yourself. I believe that you should be masturbating even when you're in a relationship with another person. It's extremely important. It shows that you are still there to satisfy your own self, whether there's a partner there or not. And again, you can learn a lot from masturbating, and then you could even bring it into the bedroom. If you are somebody who doesn't know what they like, that could be where you figure it out on your own, and then you try to also figure it out with a partner. You want somebody who's patient and who's going to want to learn your body and knows that not all women's bodies are the same. There isn't any reason why you should be like the other girls that he's been with or the other girls that she's been with. Every body is very, very different, and be open to learning about your own alone and with a partner. Now I'm going to go into a little bit about the people have been doing it for a little bit while. Hey guys, hi masturbators. Proud of you guys for being here. One thing I think I'm working on is making it so that this is not something where I'm going to do it, I'm only bored. Because if you really think about if you were having sex with somebody and you feel like you're just doing it to do it, or like doing it just to go to sleep better, I think sometimes when it becomes like that, it just becomes a very robotic thing and it's not pleasurable. It's quick. It kind of takes away the meaning of the whole thing to begin with. A goal for me has been to do it when I really want to do it and spending time while doing it. I'm a toy person. I love toys. I can't even imagine a world without them. They're just the best things in the world. But I also think it's fun to try to do stuff without the toys and not always depend on them, and see if there's other ways to make yourself orgasm, because switching it up can also be exciting for yourself. Talk about it with your friends more. Talk about it with your significant other if you're with somebody. I think it could be really fun to discuss what you do when you masturbate, or you could even do mutual masturbation where you're masturbating next to each other and then like helping each other out if you want to. I think that could also be really interesting because you're seeing what your partner does for themselves and what they like. And then you could be like, oh, okay, that's how they like to do it for themselves. Now I'm going to do that on them. Same thing with them looking at you, seeing what you do to yourself, then they're taking notes as well. There shouldn't be any problem with you expressing what you need in bed. In a relationship, you should feel comfortable enough to talk about what you would like the other person to do to you. And I know that takes a lot of confidence sometimes, and it may not be the other person that's hindering you from speaking up about yourself and your body. But if you can try your best to use what you know about your body, or even maybe what you don't know about your body, and expressing that to your partner, it can make sex a lot better, because then they're excited because you're willing to explore and they want to help you explore. I know some people say that like their partners will ask them, you know, what do you want more of? Like, you say you like everything, but like, I want to know what it is. And then usually the person's like, I don't know what I like. And that's where it can be exciting. You don't know. So that means all you have left is to do is find out. And that could be so exciting because then it's you and your partner exploring. So I think expressing a lot of the vulnerable thoughts that come with sexual pleasure can be really rewarding when you have these conversations. You can have these conversations when you're fully clothed, not even in bed, because sometimes you get a little nervous when your clothes are off and that's where you're really exposed. Try to have these conversations more. What does Sex with Emily always say? Communication is lubrication. I love that saying. So keep communicating about it. Oh, lube. I never talked about lube, but if you guys want to try out lube, try out lube. Try it out. I think lube is a great thing to use during sex, but you can use it while you're masturbating too. Whatever you want to try out, try it out. Don't be ashamed of anything. If you're scared to talk about it, just come and tune in to the next sexual episode. But please write in if you want to hear some more about whatever it is that you're going through. I wish you guys the best of luck on your little masturbation sesh. If you got one after this, you got one tonight, or you got one in a few days, I wish you the best, because it truly is a door that you should be unlocking and a world that you need to know. It's your own body. You learn about it and life will get better. I'm telling you, it's a great way to improve your sexual well-being. So thanks for tuning in today, muscle mommies. And if the muscle daddies are here, maybe you learned a little bit something about how women like to pleasure themselves. I hope this helps. But remember, if you are having sex with any woman or doing anything to them, make sure you keep asking questions and you're open and you make them feel comfortable, because you're only going to be able to do a better job if they feel comfortable enough to tell you how to do a better job. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to visit my website to shop Muscle Mommy apparel, it's musclemommystore.com. My Instagrams are the Muscle Mommy Mindset, Miss_Swole Shady. And I'm linking everything below here. So thank you guys. I really enjoyed recording this. And tomorrow I have no PTE. So that means I can sleep and I'm so excited. And I run a marathon in 2 weeks. So fuck yeah, baby. Love you, masturbating muscle mommy. See you soon. Talk soon, okay? Bye-bye.